Hey YouTube, this is my finished Mortal Kombat machine. So cosmetically I'm done with it. I've put everything together. I've done the sides, I've done the front, though you can't see because the control panel is up. And so I still have to remove this, but for now it can stay on. So now I'm doing my Mame conversion, which up to yesterday was running perfectly. So let me just set up this mess here. So I have the arcade machine, I have the J-Pack hanging here over my guitar amp. This is the J-Pack, actually. I just pulled it out. These are my two keyboards. Yeah, this is my old Mame keyboard from my wireless new computer. So this is my screen, this is my Mame computer, and this is my normal computer. This is actually a story. So actually this is people who are from Europe and Belgium might recognize this piece of junk, because this is the Aldi computer, the MD 8080 Medion PC. Bought it in 2006. Has been my trusty computer for about 5-6 years until I bought this one, which is so much better. Anyways, this is a Pentium 4. It has 3 gigahertz CPU, and I updated the RAM to the maximum amount of, I don't know, 3 gigs, yeah, so it got 3 gigs of DDR1 memory. I mean, I first bought this because it has an arcade VGA in there too, an arcade VGA that works on an AGP slot, which is like ancient. So I actually bought this, the Mame, the J-Pack and the arcade VGA in 2008, and then this was already like an old computer. I don't have Illusion, so I'm planning on running Mame and running classic games on it, so it should be okay. I actually tested it out already, and it was going okay. So I had the buttons hooked up, as you can see. I had the J-Pack in the back with the computer and everything, and it was going. And yesterday, as I was putting my downloaded Mame ROMs on there, I had a hard drive crash. I hate IDE hard drives. So I mean, just look at them now. Now I'm trying to remove it, and it's just such a tedious piece of shit, isn't it? I mean, look at it, and I know I'm touching the graphical. Damn it. So yeah, it crashed. I was opening up the zip file, which was like 30 gigs, and I could hear my computer like struggling. I was like, okay, it's 30 gigs, it's struggling, it's old. And then I heard ticking on the hard drive, and then I was pissed off because I knew. And now, yeah, so it completely crashed while executing a zip file. So that's fun. So this is my the shit I've been dealing with for now. Otherwise, it was going great. So I was planning on doing the little buttons here. So these extra buttons with the J-Pack and everything. So I cleaned up most of the shit. So it's actually running pretty good. I can't really see now. I chose to leave the PCB in there. I'm gonna, I don't know if you can see. So this is the PCB. I think I'm gonna place the J-Pack here in the back and then the computer in there. I'm just gonna put the case and everything in there, and fuck it. So after I apparently buy a new hard drive for it, and yeah, so that's it. But before the crash, I was actually pretty happy about it. So I used GameX as a front end, and it worked perfectly, because I really was afraid of it, because the whole process of front ends and installing them seems so daunting when you see it on the internet. I was like, ah. So I figured it out. GameX was just super easy. It installed Mame via the installer. It was actually super. It was so great that I instantly bought it, and it was working, and I was happy about it. And now I have a hard drive crash. So I'll see how I manage, because I was actually just on my way to buy a new IDE hard drive, if those things even exist new. So yeah. So little tip, fuck old computers, they're old. Now I mean now I have to find Windows XP with a preferably a working key, and it's just no, I just want to kick the whole thing, and yeah, using that one would be great, but so yeah, enough for the complaining, because the machine itself is pretty okay. I'm quite happy for a first restoration, and the Mame conversion went pretty good until yesterday. So yeah, great. Keep you updated. Hiya! We're about 1 week later since my last movie. There is my computer. Hate it. Okay, so the hard drive crash. I was so naive to go with my IDE hard drive to a computer store and expect them to still have something. So I'm kind of screwed, and then I didn't want to upgrade ancient old stuff, so I actually decided to dump this one. How painful it is, because there's an arcade VGA and everything in there, but screw it. I mean, it's way too old to even upgrade for a third time already, so I'm dumping this one. And I talked to my colleague, and I bought a second-hand computer from my colleague. It had a motherboard in there, and it's a dual core. Can't really see it that well. It's a dual core, and it had everything. It has memory in there. It didn't have power supply, and it didn't have a hard drive. And I was like, oh, screw these hard drives. So I bought an SSD from Samsung. I like SSDs. Who doesn't? And anyways, and then the graphical card, and I was actually so pleased with the arcade VGA that I bought a new one. So this ended up costing me again way too much, but I think I'm good to go now. So this is the new PCI Express, the latest one. I think it's 5000 or something. Anyway, so I'm quite psyched about it. So I'm gonna put everything together now and cram it in my machine and hope for the best. By the way, of course it is. Okay, bye bye, and catch you later.